Right, so in today's video I'm going to take a closer look at the newly released Insta360 GO Ultra. Now I've got the Creator combo package, and inside of that you get the magnetic hat clip, the 2-in-1 mini tripod, the pivot stand, and we've also got the magnetic pendant there. And as you can see on the diagram, once you've got your GO Ultra on there, and this is underneath your shirt, you'll be able to rotate that in a portrait mode or landscape mode. And then last of all, we've got the angled quick release mount. So I'm going to be testing all those accessories which come with that Creator combo package here at Bolsover Castle today. I was hoping for a bit more blue sky, as it did forecast sunny spells, but yet again it's this time of year and it really is cloudy. And then I'll also find the darkest area in the castle, because we'll enable the pure video mode. I'll split screen it and then do a normal filming mode versus the pure video mode to see if we can really see some differences there. So this is the GO Ultra in its smallest state, and it's on that quick release mount, so we just pop it off, and then when we want to charge it, we can just pop it straight back in its dock there. But we can also attach the action pod to the quick release mount, as you can see there, but that's for when I'm charging it. So I'll be keeping it on and off this today, so we can really test the performance out. So that's the GO Ultra while it's in its action pod, and then we'll just simply detach it from this with the toggle on the side. That'll pop straight out, and then we'll be able to mount that just in between there. So now you can see this is the GO Ultra in its smallest state, so this is better for portability. So now I'm going to go around and start filming some clips here at Bolsover Castle. And it's not all about the resolution today. Keep an eye on the stability and the overall quality from the image we get there. It's going to be in automatic mode, 4K 30, standard D-warp, and that's the basic settings for this, because I really want you to see what it looks like straight out of the box. Right, so first of all, I've attached the GO Ultra to the magnetic pendant there. I'll put this underneath my shirt and I'll get some walking footage, and I'll pick the pace up a little bit, and then we'll really be able to utilise that stabilisation inside of the Ultra and see what the footage looks like. Here we go. Okay, so now I've got the pendant round my neck, as you can see. I'm going to pop that underneath my shirt. We've got the GO Ultra in landscape mode there. I'm just going to pop it on top there magnetically, and now I'm going to go and walk up and down here and then have a little jog, and let's just see what the stabilisation looked like and the image quality. Okay, so now I've hit record. You can see the action pod in front. I've got that there so I can frame my shot. I'll just keep an eye on it as I'm walking, and now I'm going to start walking now. I'm just having a quick look through the pod, as you can see, and that does look pretty stable to me. So what's the image quality look like and the overall stabilisation whilst walking? And I'll turn around. And once again, that looks pretty usable. The camera's not shaking, and the image looks pretty stable. And I'll repeat the same test whilst jogging. Okay, so now I'm going to start running. Now this is where we should get a bit of shake. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'll stop jogging there. As you can see, because it's on that magnetic pendant, it's going to sway around a bit because it's not as secure as like a chest harness. So I'd strongly recommend using the magnetic pendant. Just do it like I'm doing now whilst walking. And now let's have a look what the footage looks like with the GO Ultra with the magnetic hat clip. So this is really stiff to get on, so just be careful you don't trap your fingers. And that's on there nice and secure now. So we'll just pop the GO Ultra on, again magnetically. So now you can see I've got the GO Ultra securely fastened to that hat clip. Let's see what the footage looks like whilst walking, and I'll pick the pace up and run. I know I shouldn't really do that, but I really like to test everything thoroughly on this channel. And I can imagine whilst running it's going to bounce a little, but let's just test it anyway. Here we go. Okay, so now I've got it on the hat clip. I'm just walking at a normal pace. So what's the footage look like whilst the GO Ultra is attached to this hat clip? I'll spin round. So is the footage usable whilst it's on the hat clip? And once again, I'm not really taking care how I walk, I'm just walking normally. So that stabilisation should be helping out quite a bit here. And now I'm going to start jogging with it. So let's just see what that looks like. It's difficult to see for me as I'm jogging looking through this dock here, but that looks a lot better than the Pendant, to be fair. And spin round, do the same on the way back. Just keeping an eye through the vision dock. Yeah, and that does look a lot more usable than the Pendant. And that's jogging, and my cap is bouncing up and down as I'm doing this. So that looks really decent, to be fair. Right, now I'm going to show you how to fix the pivot stand to the glass. You just take that dust cap off there. Just press down firmly. And once you've got that in position, it's a really good suction mount, by the way. We're just going to now mount the GO Ultra. You'll see the diagram in there, you can only mount it one way. That'll just snap into position. Make sure it's on nice and tight. And then when it's fixed to the glass there, you'll be able to rotate that pivot stand wherever you want. Right, so now I'm going to make my way into the castle grounds, and then after that we're going to go inside to test out that low light capability, and especially that 1/128 sensor there. Got some right morning dew on here. Could have done my wellies on, to be honest. They're not as comfy as trainers, are they? So as I said earlier, just keep an eye on the overall picture quality, the stability of the camera, and also that onboard microphone. I'll be talking to the back of it as well as the front of it right now, which is 30 centimeters away, and I'll keep it that distance away throughout, and then we'll really be able to listen to that onboard mic and see how good it is. Right, so now we're going to make our way into the courtyard itself, just through these red gates. And inside the wall, we've got some low light areas, we've got some dark rooms there. So I'll do a comparison with the normal filming mode, which you're viewing right now, against that pure video. I'll split the screen and let's see some differences there, hopefully. And now I'm talking to the rear of the camera, so did we notice any change in audio quality there? And what's the stability look like, as well as the overall picture quality? Again, we're in 4K 30. Now this is one of the rooms within the wall walk here. So let's go in normal filming mode, which you're viewing right now. And then we'll compare it with that pure video mode. Just flip the screen round. And now let's have a look at the pure video mode. You can see that's much brighter to the left there. As soon as I walked in, I could see that. And now I'll just do a quick shot side by side to see the differences. You can see that's much brighter to the left there. As soon as I walked in, I could see that. And now I'm back in normal filming mode, but I'm going to walk into that dark room from the light. See how the camera handles that. And spin round to the exact same. Into this dark room back out into light. What did the overall image quality look like there? And now we'll go up these steps within the wall, up onto the wall walk. Now we're going to get some steps. What's that stabilisation look like? Now I've turned the camera around, picking the pace up a bit, swing it left to right. What's that flow state stabilisation looking like? And now the camera's a little bit further away. What's the audio quality sound like also? So as you can see, well, the clouds surrounding me today. I don't think we're going to get much sunny spells. So let's go inside for now, in case we get back outside and it is sunny. I highly doubt it though today. Go inside and we'll find a really low light area. If you follow my channel, I've been in here plenty of times. Let's get down to the basement, that's the darkest area, to really test out the pure video mode versus the normal video mode. Right, let's make our way inside. Oh, that looks very usable on the back of the screen. Now let's make our way through this dark area into William Cavendish's bedroom, the guy who built this place. This is a really low light area, so that'll really utilise that 1/128 sensor. 1/128 sensor, sorry. Yes, it's really going to test out that new image size sensor there, because it's getting darker each room I go into here. And this is just in normal filming mode. And while I'm going around collecting these clips for us to look at today, I'm going to update you on the battery as well, so we can keep an eye on the overall performance there. I've been filming for around 40 minutes in 4K 30. When I've not been filming, I've left it in standby. And up to now, the action pod's on 83% and the GO Ultra's on 100. So that's really good battery life. Now let's make our way to the next level. A big step. Okay, so I'll spin the camera around. Once again, what's the stabilisation looking like? I'm just holding it on that 2-in-1 mini tripod pole. I'm not really taking care, I'm walking up here. So what's that stabilisation look like? And it's set to standard stabilisation. The stabilisations are off, low, standard and high. And this is just in standard. So in every room corner there's a little, what looks like a closet, but that used to be the toilet. And as you can see, it's a really low light area. So let's do the split screen, pure video mode versus the normal filming mode. Here we go. So what you're viewing right now is normal filming mode in 4K 30 standard DWARP. And now let's switch over to pure video mode. And now I've switched over to pure video mode. Can we see any differences from that normal filming mode? And now I'll put a split screen side by side up to really see the differences there. So what's the footage look like? Stood in front of the window here. It looks really bright on the OLED screen. I'm going to flip it around the other way. This will be testing out that dynamic range. Can you make the features out, or am I just a complete shadow? So as you can see, we've got quite a lot of history here. And they've got some things which are well over 400 years old, which are still hanging around, just like these door hinges. It's really interesting to think that they've been locked in that position all that time. And you'll notice in every single room we've got a fireplace, and that were needed back then. Obviously they had no electricity, and in winter time these large places got really, really cold. And now I've come down to the lower level. And once again, how's that sensor size handling this? It looks quite low light in here, apart from a bit of light coming through the windows. But on the back of the OLED screen, it looks really bright. Now testing out the dynamic range yet again. I can clearly make out in the distance and horizon there on the back of the OLED screen. So I think it's doing a good job. way down into basement. Say basement, it was kitchen area. We've got that really low light setting to compare the pure video to the normal. Just check out that footfall throughout the years. So this is the darkest room in the castle, on the lowest floor. There's not much light coming through, it's just in a little window, as you can see there. So let's get inside here and do a normal video mode versus that pure video mode. Here we go. Right, so as you can see, it's really dark in here. I've shut the door and I'm facing the window. What light is coming through is as good as it's going to get, basically. This is normal filming mode. Now let's switch to pure video to see some differences. And now you're viewing pure video mode, and I can see that there is a difference there. And I'll put the side by side up so you can really see. But it's very grainy and unusable. This is probably the darkest setting that I've ever tested, to be fair. Yeah, we're a bit dark, that, wasn't it? And that pure video mode, it's used for low light, like in street lamps. You're not really supposed to use it in really dark settings like that, because let's be fair, you won't really use an action camera in a low light setting like that. Right, so now let's head back outside and let's go for a time shift on the Go Ultra. I've just looked at the menus and you don't have any menus there of the rates. On the other one you've got several rates to get through. So it's just as the one which is going to be straight out of camera. So it's just going to be 4K 30 automatic settings, standard D-warp. It's really echoing here. So yeah, that's what we're going to do on that time shift. I've got my chest harness with me, so I'll stick it on there. We'll just hit go. Let's just see what it looks like. Here we go. And just before I start the time shift, I'm just going to tap the icon at the top to see what the battery levels are. So on the Go Ultra, we're at 100%, and on the Action Pod, we're 55%. And I've been going around for 1 hour, 20 minutes at the moment, and when I haven't been filming, it's been left on in standby. So I'm really pleased with the battery's performance there. So I've just hit playback there and had a look at that time shift, and it's really usable, to be fair. I've done a lot of those with the DJI action cameras. That's called hyperlapse, and there's lots of rates to choose from there. And on the Insta360 X5 there's also a lot of rates to choose from. And I find the sweet spot whilst doing hyperlapse as well, walking like you've just seen, is times 15. Yet on the Go Ultra there's no options, it just picks that straight out auto and it replicates times 15. So I'm really happy with that. And now I've been filming for nearly 2 hours, and when I'm not filming, yet again it's in standby mode. Let's just highlight and have a look. So the Go Ultra is on 97% and the dock's on 38%. So yet again, we're at 2 hours, we've got loads more juice left. So this was the riding stable. Just up there, it's not two ghosts. It's where Willie and Cavendish and his missus up there, filming it with their phones. Again, look at these original oak beams.
You are now seated in the riding house of William Cavendish.
And this is the original oak door, so this is well over 400 years old. So I've took the Go Ultra off of the pod because the pod's almost depleted. It's only on 5% now. And this is on 100%, and I've been going for 2 hours 45 minutes, so I'm really impressed with the battery life there. I just didn't want to deplete this dock, so now it's over there. So I hope you've enjoyed this video today, and now that you've seen the Go Ultra in quite a few different lighting conditions, especially in really dark areas, we really didn't get the bright lit sun I wanted today. As you can see, it's still very, very cloudy, and that blue sky never came out in the end. So we've gone over quite a few things there with the Go Ultra today. As I said, we've seen it in lots of different lighting conditions. We're looking at the overall stabilisation and that onboard mic at the front and the rear. And then that time shift, I'm really impressed with that, as you've seen. That's really usable also. So as always, do stay tuned to the channel. There's going to be plenty more videos on the horizon. But for now, thanks for watching, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and bye for now. There's some people behind camera, it's making me laugh.